Hey there, folks. If you have somehow stumbled upon this video and you don't know who I am, my name is Ben. I have been a bartender on the Strip in Las Vegas for more than a decade. I was asked through the anonymous question app what things do that what customers do that annoys me that they might not know annoys me, and so this is my answer to that. First and foremost, I am not a dog. And how I say that because people will use methods to get my attention that they would use to get a dog's attention. They will whistle, they will snap their fingers, they will go, "Here, boy." I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that last one. But I have had people whistle at me and I have had people snap their fingers at me. These are not ways to get my attention. A good rule of thumb is if you would use it to get a dog's attention, you do not use it to get mine. 90% of the time, I will tell you my name. I will say, "Hey, my name's Ben. If you have any questions, let me know." Call my name. Hell, just yell "bartender." Put up your hand, like the putting up the hand and the waving. That's actually a great way to get my attention. Because I see that, and I will that almost invariably overrides everything else. Um, but wait your turn. The bar that I work at is attached to a restaurant, which means that in addition to drinks for my guests that I'm serving, I'm also making drinks for the servers that are taking stuff out to their tables, which means that even if you walk up and you don't see me deal with any person before you, I might be making drinks for my staff in the restaurant. I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. I do not like to make people wait. That actually gives me severe anxiety. It makes me very, very anxious to make people wait. I do not like doing it. But I am unwilling to put my coworkers before you just because you walk up to my bar. I do things in the order in which they were received. If a ticket prints up before you walk up to my bar, that ticket's going to get seen to first. However, the reverse is true. If you walk up to my bar and a ticket prints up as I'm walking over to you to engage with you, you're first. You're top of the list. You're my priority. That's just how that works. First come, first serve, not just for you, but also for the drinks that my servers want. Be specific. Now, when I say be specific, I don't mean you need to know exactly 100% what you want in the entire time. What I mean is you need to give me enough specifics to go on. For example, don't come up to my bar and say, "What do you have?" It's a bar. I've got bar stuff. I've got a mixture of liquor commensurate to a bar. Now, if you come up to me and say something like, "Oh, can you make a mojito?" I'm going to tell you no. Because I can't make a mojito because I don't have the stuff to make a mojito. If you say, "Oh, I want a margarita," I'm going to ask you if you want a specific tequila, and that's fine. But know what you want. Know in the general ballpark of what you want. If you want a cosmopolitan, I'm going to ask you if you want a specific whiskey. And if you then ask me what whiskey I have, I'm going to name my whiskeys for you. That's fine. Or if you tell me you want a particular whiskey, I'm going to ask you, "Okay, well, how do you want it? I want it on the rocks, as a mixer, whatever." Okay, that's fine. Give me one specific detail to go on. Either the kind of drink that you want or the specific liquor that you want. One of those two. Either one of those two. And that makes my job 99 times easier and gives me a place to narrow it down with you so that we together, as a group, as a team, can get you what you want. Because that's my job, is to get you what you want. Also, listen to me when I am speaking. Because if I'm asking you a question, it is because I need an answer to that question. If I walk up to you and say, "Oh, are you hanging out or ordering to go?" "Oh, I'm going to order food." That's not the question I asked you. Are you hanging out or are you ordering to go? Answer that question. Now, this one's kind of specific to my restaurant because I work in a burger place and we serve our burgers one of two ways, either well done or medium. And so I will every time I ask a guest, "Do you want your burger cooked well done or medium?" Very, very, very frequently, disturbingly frequently, the guest will respond with, "Medium well." That is not one of the two options that I gave you. It is well done or medium. Now, we can get into the semantics of why that is or why my restaurant should or should not offer more temps to cook. I don't care. What is prudent in this moment is that my restaurant offers 2 temperatures at which to cook your burger. And when I offered those to you, you gave me a third. That is not how this works. Listen to the question, truly understand and digest it, and give me an appropriate response. Now, this might be something that is kind of specific to Vegas bartenders, but the lack of observational skills is terrifying, in my opinion. The number of people I observe who do not have the observational skills that I would judge would be necessary to function as an adult in our society is terrifying. Let me explain what I mean. So my bar cannot be closed off to the public. There are no shutters or sliding glass doors or anything that I can pull to make my bar inaccessible to the public. So as a result, at the end of the night, all of the liquor must be pulled off of the shelves and put away. And the tap handles for the beer taps must be unscrewed and taken off, and the taps themselves must be locked. And that, because of that, when I come in the morning, I must do the opposite. Pull all the liquor out, unlock the taps, screw on the tap handles, etc. And it is shocking the amount of people who don't see that and understand that I am attempting to open for the morning, that I am not currently open. I will give you an example from just yesterday. I was pulling liquor out of the cabinets and putting it on the shelf. And during this time, I generally have headphones in and I'm generally listening to something, music or a podcast or whatever. And somebody eventually got my attention by waving in front of my face. And I then had to pause what I was listening to and pull out my headphone to ask what they wanted. And he was like, "Oh, can I get a Bacardi and Coke?" And for a second, I was like, "Do you not see what I am doing?" But eventually I was just like, "Sir, we're not open." And he goes, "Oh, well, I didn't know." Clearly you didn't know. But if you had looked around and taken in the details of what was going on in that moment, you might have intuited that I'm not open. Now, the most egregious example of this I have, and this was years ago. Had to be at least 5 years ago, but I still think about this woman at least once a week. I came behind my bar. I had just gotten there. In fact, I was early. The bar was as I described it. No tap handles, locks on the taps, no liquor on the shelves. I was still wearing my backpack. And when I walked in, this woman, as though she had been waiting for me, walked up and just started ordering from me. Didn't ask if we were open or anything. Just started ordering from me. And I was so flabbergasted for a solid 30 seconds, I couldn't speak. I was seriously like, and then eventually she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what about this says open to you?" And she didn't have an answer for me. So I don't know if it's something about Vegas or something about people being on vacation. Please, simple, basic, observational skills. They will serve you well, not just in dealing with bars, but in life in general. That would help. Be over 21 years of age. And the reason I bring this up is because the shocking number of people who come up to my bar and try to order stuff from me without being of the age of 21. And I'm not just talking about alcohol. Like I said, my bar is attached to a restaurant. So people will come up and try to order a burger from me, or they'll try to get some water, or they'll try to get a non-alcoholic drink. And I'll go, "All right, can I take a peek at that ID? Oh, well, I'm not 21. Cool. You can't order from me then." Now, I don't know how it is in other states, but in Nevada, you must be 21 years of age in order to order anything at all from the bartender. And I will not serve you if I have even an inkling that you are under the age of 21. Because if I serve someone who is under the age of 21 and I get caught, I lose my ability to serve alcohol forever. I am unwilling to sacrifice that so that you can get a cup of water. Period. End of story. This actually happened just recently, just yesterday. An entire family walked up, it was like 6 people. And I had been really slow that day. So I'm thinking, sweet, I'm going to get to make some money. And they sat down, and one girl looked like she might be under 21. So I was like, "Hey, can I take a peek at that ID?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not 21, so I'll take water." "No, you won't. You can't sit here. You're not 21. And they tried to argue with me. And I'm like, "No, not 21, period, end of story. You're done." And so they got up and they started leaving. I was like, "Just so you know, guys, that's going to be everywhere here. You're not going to be able to sit at a bar with her because she is not 21. That is a simple fact of being in Vegas. The last thing I will say is, do not say the phrase, "Oh, I'll take care of you." No, you won't. If you say the phrase, "I'll take care of you," I know instantly that you won't. I know instantly that you don't know how tipping works and that you're going to tip me shitty. I know. That's just a fact. I have literally never had anyone who has ever said the phrase, "I will take care of you," and actually tipped me well and actually taken care of me. In fact, it is quite often the case that people will tip me shitty and then act like they're taking care of me. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that's a law of the universe. I just know that it is. Also, do not tell me to make it strong. Order a fucking double. That's how that works. A shot is 1.5 ounces of liquor. Most cocktails have a shot, 1.5 ounces of liquor in them. If you want to make it strong, you order a double. That is the long and short of it. If you piss and moan about the amount of alcohol that I put in a drink, here's a little bartender secret for you. I will turn around to where you can't see and I'll dip the straw in liquor. That way, when you take a sip, ooh, this is really strong. No, it's not. I just dipped your straw in liquor. I am not going to lose my job because you want it strong. And make no mistake, if that happens often enough, I will 100% lose my job. So, there you have it. Those are the things that people do that they may not realize is irritating to a bartender. I'm sure there are probably more, but these are the things that I have thought of over the last couple of days. So I guess if you have any more questions, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, I love you and have a good day and be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.